Ryan is getting into position. The buck is still bedded. This could be good. I can't see Ryan because the plan was for him to go on the shaded side of the rock, but he's working down perfect. Oh, come on, baby. Well, I'm headed out on my deer hunt, meeting my dad and two brothers. We drew this tag as a party, so all of us have tags. We haven't hunted like this in a very long time. We haven't all had tags together in, I don't even know, probably, shoot, I can't even guess, over 10 years. Hopefully we can find some deer and make some stalks. It's the first morning of the hunt. Spotted two other bucks here on this hillside. My brother Ryan wants to go after one of them, so he's just gonna watch them, put them to bed, and then make a stalk. So we're just gonna sit here and wait for a while and see what they do. So the deer are in these rocks here. They bedded in a good position. I think that they're gonna lose their shade in, I don't know, probably 45 minutes. So he's gonna make a move, but it's a really good approach. So he's making a move right now. They're about a mile away, and he's gonna try to get into position and then hope that they stand up, because I think that when they stand up, they're gonna walk toward more shade. So he's gonna get into position. The spot we picked out was about 30 yards away, and he's just gonna get there, and I'm gonna sit back here and direct traffic, be watching through the spotting scope and filming through the spotting scope. So hopefully he gets a shot off. That'd be cool. It's getting close. Okay, here we go. Okay, got the buck there. And then Ryan is right up there. He's above him now. The thermals are going up. That's exactly what we planned. The deer have tucked into this little pocket, and the two bucks are together. There's not much shade left. They're gonna lose shade pretty quick, but they've tucked into a little hole, and they might be able to stay in that little hole for a while. And the plan is to come in from above, get set up, and just wait, because eventually the sun's gonna hit them, and I think that the only other sun would be, or the only other shade would be that direction, so I'm gonna get up, feet out. Planned a spot for him to stalk to about 35 yards from the deer, and that's his goal, get to that spot. He's moving in good, and I'm just gonna keep watching through the spotter. Oh, Ryan just popped. Oh yeah, here he goes, baby. Such a cool morning, wow.
Perfect stalk in. I was able to kind of get to what I'm calling my little archery nest up above him, and I could just see the just velvet tips of the deer over a rock, and it's like, okay, I'm just gonna sit here, and when he comes out, it's gonna be my time. This is gonna happen, and I was like, oh, I'll go ahead and take an arrow out, and I did that, and then I was like, I'll go ahead and put it on, and the next thing I know, he walks out. I'm like, he's at 40 yards, it's perfect. You know, turned a little bit, but put his head down, and it seemed like a perfect shot, so I went ahead and took it, and it was low. And then I was beating myself up, and I wanted to redo, but everything was so perfect except that shot.
That's all right, good work.
Thanks.
It was fun to watch. Sneak on him, but I told my brother Jason he could stalk him. I don't know what I'm doing. So I really feel like there's a giant buck in here, and this is a nice buck, and he's in just a killable spot. It's just crazy. But if I find a big buck that goes into a killable spot, then everything I wanted would line up. Oh man. Ryan, who's spotted all the bucks. I'm the buck fairy. I'm just passing out bucks just left and right. I'm like the Oprah of bucks. You get a buck, you get a buck. My brother Jason and I climbed to the top of the mountain here. Popped over, there was 3 decent bucks at the top here. One has a little cheater on it, another 4-point, another big mature 3x3. A couple other bucks bedded over here. About 10 bucks we're looking at. Nothing crazy big and nothing stockable. So we're just gonna keep looking. Also, that other buck ran away. So I don't think I've been doing a good job documenting this, but more vlog style, just hanging out with my brother's dad. I'm out of snacks. Uh-oh. That's bad. Jason says he's out of snacks. That's not good for anyone. Not good for me. Not good for him. He gets in a bad way when he's out of snacks. Well, we spotted a fork and horn buck bedded along this creek bottom, and he's just in a really good spot to stalk. My dad wants to go after him, so we're gonna get in there, sneak in, and it's pretty tall sage, so we're just gonna sit there and set up, see if we can't wait him out or maybe try to get him up. And should be a pretty good opportunity. There's a nice rock ledge right above him, maybe 30-40 yards. So we're gonna sneak into that spot and hopefully he can get a shot. Sagebrush is gonna be over most of his vitals, so you're gonna have to like intentionally probably aim in the brush is my guess. But make sure he's standing broadside. That wind's not good. Would you be able to stand if you had to? I would say if when you go to draw sitting down and then stand up drawn. Too far. You never had a shot. You came out of the bed running. You just winded us. We had the buck bedded, but he got up moving. No shot. Bummer. I'm kind of branching off solo till me and Jason meet up. We're gonna do some glassing, to be honest. Middle of the day is my favorite time to look for mule deer. I just position myself into the direct sunlight, glass toward the sun, because that's where the shade's going to be, and I start picking up shade pockets and any type of big brush or something that might conceal a deer, give it a little bit of shade. And I just pull out my spotter and I crank it up and just pick it apart. Looking for fuzzy antler tips in the sea of sage here. And hopefully you just find something bedded below a cliff. That's ideal. So gonna get up here to a new glassing advantage, look at some new country, hopefully find a good mature buck to chase. Morning 3. The deer sightings have seemed to dwindle off. I haven't seen a good buck since essentially the first morning. Hiking up to this big knob back here. Gonna set up and glass from there. Hopefully look over this little spring up in this canyon. Maybe catch something. I've seen some of the same smaller bucks, so I know that I'm covering the country good. The bigger buck that ran away just kind of disappeared. Still not a huge buck, but I'm kind of starting to run out of time, so if I can find a good stalk, I'm going to make one. But that's all you can do. Then I'll probably work this area till midday, and if not, I'm just going to pull out and check a new spot, go completely different new type of country, new terrain. Maybe turn something up there. Back to the hiking. About to the top of this glassing knob. It's already hot. Sweating up a storm. Whew. Cannot drink enough water. Right at the base of that cliff's where that buck is. That left cliff. Alright, well, I was glassing and just picked up antler tips in the brush over here. And turns out to be a 4-point buck. He's got one really decent side and the other side's a little more crab clawed, but it's coming down to the wire here. Haven't made a stalk yet. And don't have much time left to hunt, so I think I'm going to make a play on him. The buck just rebedded, so it'd be better to kind of beat him there than have him get there. I don't know, it'd be tough once he gets to that cliff. I think I'm going to pack up my stuff and head over. He's in a spot where the sun's going to move and hit him pretty quick, I'm thinking, so I don't know, he's not going to be there long, but it might be worth trying to hustle over there because he's going to get up and rebed, and then he's going to be milling around. I think he's going to go. Be smart if he went around, but he'd probably go and walk forward to the cliffs in front of him, kind of where I'm planning on going to. Making my move. Almost 10 a.m. Those thermals are starting to switch. The climb up here is about 1,000 vertical feet, and to drop down about 1,000, up about 1,000. It is brutally hot. Like switching between hood and no hood just to cool off. Came through these cliffs here. It was practically rock climbing to get in here. Just couldn't get an angle on the buck, so I took my shoes off. And I crept in above him to about 5 yards. I just decided to wait because of the way that he was tucked in there. When he fed out, I'd get a shot. Now, this is the part of the story that I almost don't even want to mention because it's so uncharacteristic of me. But I always like to shoot a fixed blade, 2-blade broadhead. And I had some mechanical broadheads that I was contemplating using this season, so I decided I'm going to test them on this. I'm sitting there for forever waiting for the buck, and I just am like, man, I just want to kill this thing I want to mess with this broadhead. And I actually, at 5 yards away, switch my arrows. Then I'm sitting there for even longer, and I'm thinking to myself, well, this is no way to test this broadhead for this sheep hunt. Like, I'm sure it's gonna kill him. I just want to see like what it does, right? I don't know. So I actually, at 5 yards away, this is so stupid. Then I switch back to this particular mechanical broadhead, and this is the best deer I've seen this entire hunt. And now I'm ready. So I'm back to where I started, and I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna shoot him with this. Like, he's so close, like, it doesn't matter. He comes out. I'm shooting it, I don't know, probably a 60-degree, right, like literally below my feet. At, I think when he walked out where I could shoot, he was like 7 to 10 yards. I hit the buck exactly where I want to, and the freaking broadhead didn't penetrate at all. It went in this far. Like, it didn't go in at all. It just hit him and just stuck there. Like, it was like I hit him with a blunt tip. Like, didn't do anything. So I don't know if it didn't open. Like, whatever happened, it was a massive failure. And the buck ran off, like, completely what I would consider nearly unscathed, because I watched him go up about 2,000 feet up the mountain and over. Also mentioned I did not shoot it in the shoulder. Okay. Like, you hit it in the shoulder with me. I 100% did not hit it in the shoulder. I've never seen anything like it. If you've had a similar experience, let me know. But that was just so bad.
When it came down to it, I had an incredible hunt. Yeah, I encountered a tough break, but I made a phenomenal stalk. But the best part about this trip wasn't getting in on that buck. It was being able to share the experience with my dad and brothers.
It's pretty cool. It's exciting. I'm still excited. It's just everything about it was awesome.
We shared a lot of good laughs. We cheered each other on. We got to all be a part of the highs and lows. And all in all, we had moments that we'll never be able to recreate. There are no better people I'd want to be around, especially after a hunt gone wrong, than my family. And this hunt just reminded me how much fun bow hunting can be.